Alexich, he is actually running the Triumphant Ryze. That's a skin you can only get by winning a priced event. So, yeah, it's obviously free on the Tournament Realm client, but I'm pretty sure he's won enough priced events to actually get that skin as well.
And it really is the Bruce Lee sin. I don't care what you call it, it's greatly Bruce Lee sin.
I didn't say anything on the official record.
Right, okay, let's get underway. Anyway, so what are we expecting to see from these guys? Well, a lot of ganks, possibly from both teams down the bottom. I'm not too sure how it's going to work out. I mean, we've seen, obviously, Nunu in the last game actually was on the losing side. Nunu support down the bottom, but Cypher went run a pretty interesting strat. But let's give you a quick rundown just before, in case you missed the picks and bans, or you've only just tuned in. For Moscow5, they are going to be playing in the blue down the bottom corner, and it will be Alexich on Ryze. He's going to be in the mid by the looks of it, and actually nobody's setting up really for a gank either. I'm just watching where Alex is going. Up down the bottom, it's going to be POCUST and Genja. That's going to be on. Yes, eyes don't deceive you. That is Kog'Maw, who doesn't really get paid anymore. Played, even is the word I'm after, and he's going to be with Nunu as support. And in the jungle it will be Shyvana, so it's something I don't believe I've seen in a proper tournament match. May have been the American qualifiers, I don't know. Certainly not the European qualifiers. I didn't see it in any games there, and I've not seen him at any tournaments since then. And Darian's going to be at the top on Irelia. For Dignitas, it will be I will dominate the new man on Lee Sin in the jungle. Scarra's going to be looking like he's going to be in the mid, the way he's setting up at the moment, which is where we assume he'd be, so which means Voyboy is going to be the man on top on Kennen, and that is going to leave, obviously, of course. Why has he named himself? I'm a cutie pie has named himself POCUST X Cutie or something like that.
That's very cute.
LOCUST. He did say my name doesn't fit, so I'm guessing that's why his name didn't fit, because he's put that many X's in the damn name. It didn't fit. And I actually told them to, this. Have you not been briefed on your Dignitas tag? It should be D and the name, as in Diapollo, who is obviously bringing us to StarCraft at the moment. So here we are, we've gone underway, and immediately looking like I Will Dominate is going to start over on the Wraith. And absolutely no jungle invades.
Let me just point something out about the Dominate here. He's starting his Lee Sin with a Doran's Blade. That is, I don't think that's the normal way to start Lee Sin jungle, but he is known for that, and that means his level 2 ganks are going to hurt that much more. That's just, it's a very, very strong start, but he's kind of going to have to...
Mid at the moment. You can see that LOCUST has come out. He's managed to get the stun down. Alexich, they mean the Never Move is going to go off. I'm not too sure if they got the damage to finish him off. They haven't. That's certainly going to make him think, and that's obviously put LOCUST on the move immediately down the bottom. They're going to react because they realise that I'm a Cutie Pie is on his own on Graves, and they're just punishing him. They're forcing him away from that bush, actually zoning him out a little bit, which means obviously Genja on Kog'Maw will probably level up to 2 first, but I don't think it's going to hurt them too much. He's still managing to get the CS in there.
Yes, absolutely. There was almost a roaming Taric. It was at least Taric trying to go for a level 1 gank, and I like that a lot. I mean, if you have a support with a reliable stun like that, why not try to use it at level 1 to get an early advantage? And it did get an advantage in that. Well, Alexich has he gone home already? Yeah, he must have gone home because he's full health already again. Bot lane Genja doing good damage here against Cutie Pie. Actually got him into an E, and Gosu Pepper landed his snowball as well. That's a lot of slow going down there in that bot lane. And Cutie Pie is at half health.
So Shyvana is just about completing his path. Actually looking like he might try and go for a roaming gank onto Swain in the mid. So Scarra's going to have Diamondz up behind him any second. Will he go straight for him? Didn't get the prison down. Has got the prison this time. Here comes Shyvana. Will try and pop the Never Move. Very nicely done. Will he ignite? Gets him. Yes, it will. And Diamondz manages to pick up the kill there. So first blood goes to Moscow5. And after they're attempting to gank themselves, I was a little bit surprised they didn't actually quite wait for Lee Sin to come round, because he was on the Wraith just as they went for that gank in the middle. I guess it was a matter of timing with Taric there, but that has backfired. Meanwhile, now Shyvana's immediately gone straight up top. Doesn't have Ignite this time. There goes Darian onto Voyboy. Voyboy's got to surely be aware that Diamondz is around. Yes, he backs straight away from that one. And that will be a farming session for Darian down there on the tower. Whether he's going to be able to get all the last hits on, he'd missed a couple there already, I've seen. So Kennen actually keeping the pressure on top there.
But it was great play there from Darian going in against the strong minion wave, trying to bait that E out of the cannon so he wouldn't have the E anymore for the escape. And he kind of did it too. But Kennen saw Shyvana come up in the middle of his E, so he just turned around mid-E and said, you know what, I'm going to use the rest of the duration to just get away from you. Beautifully played there from Moscow5. And I don't believe what I'm seeing, but I Will Dominate is going for a level 4 dragon.
Level 4 Dragon Graves is coming up to help out. Taric has come in as well, so this is going to be a very early Dragon. What? 4.5 minutes into this one. They will get it because, you know, Moscow5 have not reacted to this. They're not expecting it, and the lane actually had just backed away as well. So this is going to work out very nicely. It's going to put the gold advantage, which this early on is quite a big advantage when you pick up that, and it was just a 3-man pull on Dragon. They're going to have, of course, the timings down on that. Moscow5 absolutely no idea that that has just happened, so their timings are going to be completely out, which actually may mean they're going to miss the second Dragon as well, so they're going to have to really keep their eye on that one, get it warded up. Meanwhile, Kennen has also forced Irelia back up top there, so Kennen's continuing to farm, so Voyboy doing a grand job. Let's have a quick look down the CS, 28 CS to 15, so already pulling 10 ahead. Obviously that's the advantage of being away. Irelia's also pushed on towards that tower, which means Darian's going to struggle to try and pick up some of the CS here. He's going to try his best, which is going to burn a couple of abilities. He did actually manage to farm up most of that. Having a look, there you go, the ping's just going down Moscow5. Moscow5 actually were going for an early one, and you can see Diamondz was there ready and gone, oh, it's not there. What the heck? So now their timings, and now they've put a ward down. Actually, that ward's going to miss it because they've just put that on 5.5 minutes, so they're just not going to be able to pick that one up. So they've no idea what's happening at the moment.
Honestly, you don't expect a 4-minute 30-second Dragon.
No.
He just built 2 Dawn Spades and was like, you know what, I can tank this. I know exactly how much damage Dragon's going to do. This was super, super risky. If somebody had come and sneezed at least in, he would have dropped dead. But, you know, they knew exactly how much damage you could take, and they just knew that Moscow5 wouldn't check because nobody expects a 4-minute 30-second Dragon.
But it was the very good timing, the fact they knew the bottom lane had both gone back, so it was like, okay, you know, Lee Sin, you're in the area, let's go for it now. Shyvana's going to meet Irelia at the moment, up in the top there, and they are making their way down. Scarra looking very dead here on the turret. He's never going to be able to escape from that one, so that's kind of making up, saying, you know what, you're going to steal our Dragon, we're going to gank Swain again. So Swain, the second death already. And I Will Dominate's coming in to support that. They need to be careful up the top. You can see Darian is working his way back up there. Yeah. Shyvana is actually going to stay around. Looking back down the bottom, we can see the bit of harassment going on towards LOCUST there. But Genja takes a tower hit for his problems. But
let me point this out. 45 on Kog'Maw versus 33 on Graves. That's quite an advantage. He's early in the game, and that is even though Graves has the healing support, which Genja doesn't have, because Pepper is playing so aggressive. Look at this. Any chance he gets, he just puts down a nice blast.
Well, a lot of that came from when Taric went for the early gank early on. They immediately knew, and they could force the pressure onto him, which obviously made Alexich had to back away from that one. So I Will Dominate's just had a little bit of CS in the middle. Scarra is going to, I would assume, fall behind in the CS. Let's have a quick look down to him. 32 to 38. That's not too bad considering he's been killed twice, but obviously one of those kills did go to Ryze, which is immediately going to count against you. Shyvana coming back around again.
Look at that Diamond procs. Is he ever in his own jungle? I don't even think he believes in doing his own jungle. He's been counter jungling the whole time, either ganking or counter jungling. And look at how quick Shyvana clears that Wraith camp. That's just great. Lee Sin trying for a gank bot lane, but nothing's gonna happen there. Really, nope, and there's 2 wards, so they see him as well. There's a pink going down on Voyboy as well, who also walked into a ward. Perfect ward coverage here from Team Moscow5. Shyvana did steal the enemy red, didn't she? Must have been the enemy red.
Yeah. She just went straight in slowly. Voyboy was quite clever with his move, though. He pushed the lane enough to just be able to sneak down to the bottom there, but of course, like you said, that ward was in river, so they immediately spotted it. I Will Dominate's not had much luck getting out on the ganks yet, and that is really, like you say, down to the perfect ward placement they've had. I Will Dominate coming out there, trying to have a little poke on Alex, but he's not going to fall for that one. He's going to back away. Back down the bottom lane, they'd also push the lane up a little bit. I'm expecting them to probably both back. Yes, they will, so we're going to see what they come out and buy there. So despite those 2-0 obviously kills, that early Dragon has kept the kill even. Looking at towards the top there, Voyboy getting a little poke on him. Won't worry too much about that. Should pick up all the CS there. Yes, he does. Manages to take it to the tower.
Oh, mid lane though, Alexich doing good damage against Scarra, even though Scarra was in his ultimate. He just went in for him. Yeah, he has enough health potions to sustain this, but that looked really good because a moment ago Scarra was at full health. And yeah, you wouldn't expect it from Ryze, but he just needs to build mana to be able to burst you down very quickly. And he's now going to get a blue buff donated from Shyvana, who obviously doesn't need it at all. Probably the jungler who needs blue buff least.
Yeah, indeed, and that's going to make Alex very strong in mid. He's got that tier of goddess already halfway to the catalyst, so he's going to be getting pretty strong very soon. Let's have a quick look down on the bottom as they sort of mingle with each other. And then double Dorans for Genja on Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, this is the first outing of Kog'Maw we've actually seen. Berserker Greaves and double Dorans on I'm a Cutie Pie, so we'll see if he's going to try and take advantage of the slight build advantage he has at the moment. Obviously those Berserker Greaves have been the only difference. Meanwhile in the mid, I think blue's just been given across the Scarra. Yes, it has. So he's going to be able to farm up easily now. Really effectively, he can just pop his ulti if he needed to. He's got that blue buff. The mana will regenerate straight away. Look back down the bottom. Every time I see them get closer, it's like, oh, no, they're not going for it. Actually, when I've looked, they've not done any damage to each other. I don't understand. They're like really pressuring on each other, but actually not doing a great deal of damage down the bottom. They're both pretty much transfixed on farming. We do have Shyvana coming down, but that ward placement is already there, so they're just going to back away from that.
Dominate coming in the river as well, but there's also a ward for Moscow5. Both teams really perfect on their warding here. This is exactly what you need to see from a professional level team. And now is Shyvana going to have a little poke in into the enemy Lee Sin? No, he is actually going to just retreat and pick up what she left for him from his jungle. Because that counter jungling is really painful. And let me tell you...
Here we go.
Oh!
Kennen's actually just come back, so the dragon must be due.
Yes.
There is a ward there, so I'm not too sure how long that's been there. But yeah, dragon timing is
it should
definitely
be
up.
around
Kennen
11
his
minutes.
way down bottom. He's going to try and work his way, looking like down. Yeah, they know there's a ward there, so immediately that will have signalled the team. There you go. You see Irelia already looking towards shifting down the bottom there. They're going to realise that dragon must be due. Yeah, there you go. Ryze is already moving. Shyvana's moving down. And actually, Irelia is going to stick around. Irelia doesn't have teleport. Now she's coming down river. Here we go. We're going to move straight towards the dragon. They're going to pull it out. They may even get it before M5 get in there. No, they're not, because Ryze sneaking up behind them. They actually hadn't come as a team for some reason. And I'm a cutie pie getting picked out there. Ghostly Pepper tried to pop the ulti. Not going to happen this time. Obviously, Kennen was all over them. Diamondz is going to surely get caught out by this one as well. That has played very nicely in Dignitas' favour, mainly for the fact that Moscow5 were not a complete team. Irelia was a little late on reacting there. There's a couple of people still very low. Scarra being one of them. Needs to be very, very careful. Are they interested in the dragon? No, you're immediately going to pop in. Scarra does get popped, but that's going to be immediately reply on Alexich. And I think I Will Dominate may go down to that ignite as well. No, just about survives. They didn't get the dragon though, so M5 is successfully defending it. But Dignitas, they were a little too split up. The fact that they'd already knew it was coming. Oh, LOCUST has just been completely caught out by Irelia. I'm not too sure if he's going to get away from this one. Tries to stun him down. The ulti going across. He's actually bringing Voyboy into trouble. Dives onto the tower. Pops that heal. Now, if only he'd had the stun then, he could put him on the tower, but gets away from it. Very close stuff between these two teams. And despite the fact that, Moscow5 completely missed that early dragon. Now they have the timing down. That dragon is still there, so I think we're going to have another fight straight back in a second.
Yeah, Kennen is he going top lane? No, he was going top lane, then he changed his mind. He's like, we need to contest that dragon. We can't just give it up to them. Irelia still hanging around mid lane. Going to push that lane into the tower a little bit, and then probably going to go back for dragon as well. And at this moment, I really can't tell you who is the scarier team. M5 haven't really hit that point yet where they're just never going to die. And oh, Dominate is going to face check into Diamondz right here. Diamondz dodging the Q from Voyboy, very well done. And there is the root down on Dominate, who has to use his ulti very, very early in the fight. And that's basically an ulti wasted right there. Diamondz is on the dragon already, and I'm not even sure if Dignitas are going to go for this. They're just going to leave it to Moscow5, it looks like. Nope, there they are. They're now coming in range. Scarra immediately getting locked down by Ryze. He's on Ryze, though. Ryze is falling. On the other hand, I Will Dominate has been dropped. Voyboy dropping his ultimate. Oh, and barely flashing out. He may be able to survive this right now. The rest of Dignitas are pulling back through the blue buff as well. So it was a 1-for-1 exchange there. But I think the dragon went to Moscow5, didn't it?
It did. I'm pretty sure it did, judging by the gold as well. I'm absolutely certain. He did see Lee Sin try and get in there and try and get the smite on it. I don't think he managed it, though. I was trying to desperately to look for that 190 gold tick on between them, but there was that much going on at the same time. I didn't want to pull my attention away from actually missing kills.
And actually, Moscow5 are ahead by 600 gold again. They were behind before that fight, so I'm pretty sure the dragon went to them.
So we've already got Will of the Ancients on Kennen up the top there. He's got 73 CS compared to Irelia, obviously 97. Irelia has been up that top for a while, though. Obviously, Kennen pulled away a little bit too early, which obviously gave Irelia another extra lane or two farm.
This is going to be a double voter build, isn't it? I mean, with
Scarra.
Yeah, with Scarra in the mix as well. He's definitely going to build Will of the Ancients as well. And the way that these aura items work is that they don't stack if two teammates have them. But if you and another teammate have them, then you're going to get the aura twice, basically. And that's going to be quite nice for the spellbump.
The big problem at the moment, though, Scarra is really falling behind. He's around 15 CS behind. He's been ganked. He's died 3 times now. He's 0-3-1, so he's not been able to pick up the gold too much. That's what he's going to need, but he hasn't got the blue buff at the moment, so he's got to be very sparing with that ulti, because he really can burn through the mana when you don't have blue buff. Oh, looking back down the bottom, I'm a cutie pie. I keep seeing LOCUST POCUST, so it is I'm a cutie pie, though, but having to back away. And at the moment, Dignitas are slowly but surely struggling in every single lane, I feel. Down the bottom is very even between the two. Genja, of course, 104 CS to a Graves' 97, so very even between the two. Pretty much identical builds. They have got double Rigger's Lantern, though, on Moscow5 at the moment, so possibly going for the old TSM strat or the Lone Lion strat, as I called it before games gone. Oh, just getting caught out there again. There's a lot of damage going to go down towards LOCUST. He's going to have to back away from this one already. You're going to have to waste a lot of mana healing himself up there. Didn't obviously bother too much harass on Graves there, but Graves couldn't do a great deal about that. And he is going to have to back away already. No, I was going to say, surely not. He's only just come back. That would that would leave IEM on his own for far too long. Irelia is going to get a nice wave of farm. Kennen is actually pulling the golems at the top there, and Shyvana looking like he's going to try and gank down bottom.
Let me just point out quickly, there's an Oracles on Shyvana, and she killed 2 wards in River already, almost contested the enemy blue there too, while all that was happening in bottom lane, but I think the blue just went to... must have gone to... No, it didn't go to Scarra, so who did pick up the blue? Did she actually steal it? She must have. Yeah, she must have stolen the enemy blue then there. I just saw her go in there, and then I had a look at bottom lane. So, yep, Alexich has the other blue. So, Shyvana, the counter jungling from Diamondz is just... there's no one else who counter jungles this aggressively, and he's really making it work for his team.
Really is, and at the moment you can see that Irelia is actually going walkabout as well. She's got Shyvana with him. They're hoping to try and catch someone out in the reeds. He may well be Lee Sin. Lee Sin is just coming round behind them. I'm not too sure if he's aware. He's about to... They didn't put a ward down. If they'd have got a ward, they would have caught on him. Now Shyvana's responded. I don't think he's going to get out of that stun in time. Yeah, he actually uses his ulti to escape as well. So again, having to use that defensive ulti rather than as an aggression. So he dominates, really being countered quite well. And again, Gossip Pepper manages to get caught out this time. I don't think that ulti is going to surely have enough time to go off. He just managed to pop the heal. LOCUST getting caught out a little bit by that. I think he will escape in time. In fact, he might get a kill on LOCUST. LOCUST desperately heals himself. Ulti run him. Genja finishes him off there. And this time he may pay for it with his life. No, I will dominate, missing the kick there. And again, well, it's really a case of on the back foot. Oh, Alexich just flashed in there, managed to get the prison down. I will dominate, pops his ulti. Not quite enough damage. Scarra's come down to help, but I really don't think it's going to be enough. And I think M5 will back away from this one quite happily. Meanwhile, back in the middle, Shyvana's going, okay, a free lane. Thanks, I'll have free farm.
Bit of a problem in that fight was that PewDiePie was so scared of the absolute zero that he ran out for almost the entire duration of it, and there was no damage output from him. Otherwise, that could have been an easy drop on either Genja or Gozu Pepper. But I would be scared of M5's Nunu as well, to be fair. I mean, that is a scary, scary Nunu. Top tower now going to go down to Irelia, who immediately went back. Let's have a quick look at the farm. 137 versus 104. So top lane going very, very heavily in Moscow5's favor as well. And it looks like they were definitely not overhyped. Lee, wouldn't you say that's a rather strong team we're watching right now? It
is looking like they are actually meeting the hype. And Dignitas are really going to have to pull together when it comes to team phase. At the moment, the lane phase, it's been very close though. It's not like they've been completely dominated, but they're definitely ebbing away. And after such a great early dragon, it's just been every lane slowly being lost. There's nothing major, but again, LOCUST being targeted by Genja there. He's actually ignoring the AD carry, which a lot of people actually tend to go for the AD carry and ignore the support. This time, he tends to be targeting LOCUST, feeling he is definitely going to be the weak point at the moment, though. IEM taking a couple of ulti hits there, and Genja definitely seems to have this bottom lane pretty much in control, which is really, you know, the fact that he's got no sustain from Nunu. He's obviously got the attack speed buff.
Shyvana, yeah, are they going to spot her? There's no ward in the river anymore, but she is turning around, and yes, Scarra and Dominate are there as well. They may try to go in, but a beautiful E is going to keep them at enough distance. I believe they cannot close this gap. No, looked very scary there for a second for M5. Let me just point out that even though Graves is a little bit behind, he did build a BF sword, whereas Kog'Maw went for the early lantern, like you said, the Lone Lion strat, and that means less damage in teamfights. There maybe if teamfight right now, Darwin has to dodge the never move, and looks like, yeah, Dragon is back up. So Moscow5 are defending this Dragon. They don't want Dignitas to just take it, and they may be able to actually take it even with Dignitas around. Yes, certainly, if they poke them down like this, look at Scarra getting dropped across the cliff. The exact same thing happened to Wicked in a scrim the other day. M5 are really good at sniping over that cliff, and look how quickly the Dragon went down. There was no time at all. And right now, if I was in Team Dignitas, I'd be starting to feel quite a bit scared, because Moscow5 just seem to have so much, discipline to fight together as a team. They pick a target and that target just drops instantly. Are they going for? They can't be going for. They might be.
They have got a couple of wriggles in there now. They're not going to. But what I was going to say, double ward going down there. What I was about to say before all that happened was the fact that you mentioned Shyvana obviously taking the wards down. There was absolutely 0 wards. Yep. There was one in the tri-bush actually behind their tower on bottom lane. That's how worried they were of ganks now coming from Shyvana. They've got nothing at all downriver at all. And if you look at the map, there is one single ward which has just been put down on red buff. But that is not going to help at that moment. And the M5 really are in a very dominant position. The score only says it's 6-4 and it is only 1-0 in turrets. But you can see that 4K gold advantage is actually in the team comp seems to be the big thing at the moment. They've been very, very worried about Diamondz. He's been really popping out that jungle at the perfect times and getting those ganks. And frankly, we always talk about they are going for Baron. They are going for Baron. 20-minute Baron coming out here. Now, of course, Dignitas have got no vision of this. We just talked about the wards. Absolutely no sight whatsoever of this happening. Almost just like they took the dragon early on in 4.5 minutes in. They have no idea that the Baron is being taken now. Just about coming up to have a look at it. And LOCUST, here you are too late. And he's going to get caught straight out there. Left straight on by Diamondz. That is going to be a very dead LOCUST. This may even be GG right here. They are pushing straight on. Mid turret is definitely going to go down. Possible inner turret already. And wow, Moscow5 have just turned it on. Absolutely, when it counts. Bottom turret was also very low, don't forget. So they could do the typical, like TSM, take out those 3 outer turrets very, very quickly. They're going to back away from this one. They're going to buy. I think they could have pushed on a bit more there.
Well, to be fair, 2,000 gold on Kog'Maw, 1,300 on Shyvana. You kind of want to go and buy.
Yeah, so I'm loaded. Let me go buy. There we go.
And that's not a bad idea at all. He finished his seal. Still no real damage items on Kog'Maw, but with his W, the seal is enough. That W will do a percentage damage, of course, based on the max health of the enemy you're attacking. But that's quite scary right there. Dignitas, what can they do right now, Lee? What's the game plan for them? They really need to wait for that Baron to run out, and then they need to get in on a perfect team fight and somehow take Kog'Maw out of this. But the problem is Kog'Maw isn't the only damage source. That Ryze does insane amounts of damage. Irelia has a Trinity Force build already, which makes Freak very, very happy, and which also means that she does quite some damage. And the Absolute Zero, even though Nunu is not building any AP, is still a huge threat just due to the movement slope. So no one is going to be able to get to Kog'Maw.
An immediate reaction here, that's what I was just talking about. They're going to go straight up mid. They've taken that inner turret out, possibly could even push on for the inhibitor. Dignitas are going to have to respond to this, but like I mentioned, Rod of Ages has only just been completed by Swain. There is a real lack of damage there when you look at it compared to Ryze. Ryze has almost completed his build already. All he needs is a Banshee's Veil to go with that, and he's happy. At the moment, though, Dignitas really are struggling. They need to land that Kennen ulti. That's going to be a big, important part. They need to get the stuns across the entire team, but it's not really viable with the fact that what they've got on there. They can easily get on an interrupted. Alex is going to be looking for that Voyboy to come dashing in there. They might catch it. Oh, will dominate through the wall there. Yes, they will. Managing to just bat enough off him. Alexich finishes him off, and that is surely going to trigger M5 to push forward on this tower. Possible inhibitor coming right here. They're going to try and keep poking away on towards that tower, and fell up to Irelia. Has gone in. Voyboy's been the target this time around. Nunu actually tries to pop up Absolute Zero. Wouldn't quite manage to pull it off. Will manage to surely get Voyboy, and instead LOCUST will be the kill. And there goes Grace as well. Oh, and Scarra. Oh, dear me. It's gone so badly wrong. But really, that's really very well executed by Moscow5 there. All happened from Alex just catching I will dominate out through that wall, just like he caught Scarra a moment ago.
Across the cliff, yes.
Yeah, across the cliff, an identical play. That's going to be an inhibitor, and really, massively strong position now. 10k ahead in gold, way ahead in kills, and really it is starting to show. Moscow5 are dominating and really living up to the hype that we gave them yesterday.
Yeah, they are exactly, they look like the team to beat in this group right now. We'll still have to see them fight against AAA, but honestly, I predict that they're going to take AAA down as well. They are really, really strong, and what I like to see most about them, and I've seen this in scrims time and time again, is they catch someone over the cliff, they somehow get vision, and instantly, like one man, the entire team turns on that guy and he's just dead. There's just nothing you can do. And at this point, I mean, even if Kennen went in with his ultimate, he has a Will of the Ancients and he's starting to build a Ryze right now, so he does not have a Sonya's that would keep him alive. He would go in, he would get focused, and he'd be dead in no time at all.
This is the classic stage of losing map control. They're trying their best to ward out the jungle a little bit to get a view. LOCUST might get caught out there. Actually managed to get the stun on towards Shyvana. Don't think they have enough yet. Scarra's really still not got the damage there to actually burn him down. Immediately needs to retreat. But Dignitas having to move as a pack through the jungle, trying to ward it out. Those wards immediately being taken down as well by Moscow5. So Moscow5 have full control And you know, when you're starting to move as a pack, as a 5,
yeah,
desperately trying to get experience. I mean, you look at Voyboy's only level 13 at the moment compared to, say, where's Irelia? Where are you hiding down in the middle there? Of course, you're not with the team 15, so immediately the top lane's got 2 levels on him, bottom lane's got 2 levels on him as well, so really the level difference is starting to tell, and Moscow5 is surely just going to push that advantage, drive it home, take this bottom turret. This is really, I think, the last big fight for Dignitas. If they're going to probably back away from this one. I'm not too sure if they're going to hold steady on this tower. They're going to get poked out. See Genja just constantly popping that ulti down from range. There he goes, pumping away.
Yeah.
He uses long range on towards those. That turret, the turret already gone. I think Dignitas are probably going to give this one up on the next wave. Is it a tank wave? It's not a tank wave, so maybe not. Maybe the next one. What the heck?
What are you doing? Oh, man.
Down. Moscow5 there. Now they're starting to actually
Man awards.
get in cocky position, I believe. Is
a little bit, yes. Darian has a Warmox as well, so that really is just not going to fall anymore at all. The team of Moscow5 just so very, very tanky right now. They can go in, they can probably even engage under this turret because there's just not enough damage. Ryze does some damage, that's it. That's the only damage that Dignitas have at the moment. That's really scary to the enemy team. And Genja needs to be a little bit careful because if he is focused, they'll have enough damage to take him out. But the rest of the team is just going to keep everyone away from Genja or slow them or punish them for even trying to get close. And Moscow5 is here making a statement, basically saying, you know what, the entire European server is scared of us. This is why. This is an event on our home turf, so to speak, and we want to show the world that we can completely bring this one home. And you know what? If I was a Russian viewer right now, I'd be pretty happy. I'd probably be quite proud of these guys.
Yeah, well, Moscow5 have been at the event for the last week, as far as we know. We've been told they've been obviously boot camping, as is known as the FPS trade, and they're going to go straight in there. Shirley's referee was burned a moment ago, but that's going to be the turret going down. It doesn't matter. Voyboy's now been caught out. Oh, they've all been completely caught in the same position. I will dominate. Pop. Locust pops. Oh my word! Dignitas absolutely destroyed there, and this is going to almost certainly be the finish here. Can it be the ace? Can it be a turret?
Not quite. Not quite.
Graves just about getting away, but it doesn't matter.
Yes.
That was 4 for 0. The 2 Nexus turrets will go down, and Moscow5 looking very, very strong in their first game against Dignitas, the IPL champions. Obviously, they didn't, and well, I guess you could say the last stand, the American champions, I guess you say, because they just won the recent American tournament, certainly beating CLG in there. So, wow. Big turnout from Moscow5. We wasn't too sure. It was a pretty much an out there pick, was what we kind of expected, and this is what happens. You make strange picks. People not quite aware of what happened. They were very, very worried about Shyvana. The gank in the middle nearly worked for them at the start of Dignitas, but Scarra was targeted throughout there and completely taken out of it. So once Swain's gone, your main AP carry's gone.
Yes.
Voyboy couldn't really keep up with Irelia at the top there, had to come down early on, and it just snowballed from there. But very, very well played from Moscow5. They really have impressed me, and I guess probably I would guess a lot of viewers are living up to the hype for the first time. You know, actually turning up at an event, their very first major event, and just what pressure? You got no pressure.
Yes, the early gank would have really helped Ryze, would have really helped against Ryze for Swain, but Shyvana immediately turned around, put the pressure back on that mid lane. It's like, yeah, you're going to gank my mid lane once, I'm going to gank it twice, I'm going to kill it twice. And the thing with the double Will of the Ancients strategy is it's only going to be really, really powerful once you have those 2 Wills of the Ancients. And there's only going to be the one on Kennen here, and not even started on Swain. Swain just with his Rod of Ages, so not enough damage there. Graves the only one doing any amount of damage, and Kog'Maw didn't even build a damage item until the very end. He just relied on his W, and that was enough for him as well. The entire team of Moscow5 super tanky there. Even the Kog'Maw building an early lanterns and 3 Dorans, so he's not gonna go down in seconds either. We don't have that many kills. I mean, it's just 15 kills. It certainly felt more than that because there were these 2 almost aces in the end. But Moscow5 just bringing it home so very, very strong. And I believe what Dignitas referred to when they said yesterday they have a strategy that will only work once, that was probably the 4.5-minute dragon. Because any other team that plays against Dignitas now is going to start checking the dragon at 4.5 minutes. Well, it did give them an early advantage, and they could have brought that early advantage home, but the second dragon fight didn't go so well for them, and just Moscow5 took control from there. The Shyvana's so scary. Diamond procs always in jungle. Darian not on a super unique pick. I mean, with the Irelia top, that's probably the most played top champion, but he just played her so absolutely perfectly. That's going to be probably was going to be an Atmos Impaler after the Warmox, so Trinity Force into Atmox. That's super tanky and super high damage as well. Just the entire team here on Moscow 5 looked really, really